So,
Alright, guys, we are here. I found a ferret. Say hello, ferrets.
uh, I no longer am making eggs.
Yeah, so this is take two because the media source for the trailer was actually running and it was actually over the top of everything, and it kind of screwed up all the audio for the first 3 minutes. So we're just gonna redo it. We're just gonna do it live. All right, ferrets. What are your thoughts on the F8 Lightning? Are you jizzing your pants? Are you sort of like sitting there thinking like, yeah, or are you like, yeah, it's okay?
I mean, I love it. I'm happy that I have one. So,
So we're giving
you
it
know,
two jizzy pants.
on a scale of 1 to Idris, it's currently sitting at a 6 or a 7.
It's a good ship, actually. All right, so guys, obviously, let's get into the negative stuff, and then we'll get into the positives. The only thing really that I have a problem with in this whole scenario
E-
is
event.
the whole event. The only problem I have with the whole event is that the tickets for the gold tickets are way too easy. Now we have several people in a different Discord that we frequently haunt that are basically going through and literally collecting mass amounts of tickets. One of them has 7. I think the other one you said was about 8 or 9 or something tickets.
Of 5.
Five tickets. Look, it's the first day. This event is supposed to be going for 10 days. And it just seems like it's really, really easy to get the gold tickets. I know that you're supposed to be able to go through and rent the ship for 24 hours, and if you use multiple tickets, maybe you can have multiple rentals. But at the end of the day, and I just do think it's the frequency of them and the amount that they turn up was really too low, or too high actually for a frequency. I played for an hour. I did one mission and I got a ticket. You said you got a ticket within the first hour as well.
So, funny story on how I got my ticket.
Hmm.
All right, so I didn't earn mine faithfully, if you could say it like that.
Oh boy.
So I was over at a Seraphim station,
Hmm.
waiting for my ship
Hmm.
to be recalled and put on the landing bay.
Hmm.
When I hear some guys that were talking in a web chat,
Right.
and I heard them say, "Hey man, I finally found a few of those tickets,"
Hmm.
and I was listening, and I just happened to walk past them, and I see a ticket sitting on the ground. I guess somebody dropped it for one of their friends.
Hmm.
Nobody noticed or said anything, so I just walked up, and I'm like, "Ooh, yoink!" And I just ran away. After they realized what happened, they were very verbal.
Yeah, I can imagine. So in other words, you stole your ticket.
I look. I was picking up a litter on the
He
ground,
stole it.
and
He stole it, chat. He's. Do I have to
no,
change your avatar to a ferrets behind bars?
look. I earned mine fair and
No,
square
I don't think you earned
ish.
it. I don't think you earned it fair and square at all. I think you stole it.
They left it on the ground. What was I supposed to do?
Hang on, is there a jail bars transparent and there we go. All right. Unlike you, I actually did earn mine.
I earned mine too, just in a different way than you did.
Hmm. Okay, but unlike you, I actually earned mine. But yeah, I went through, did a mission. It was all of about I want to say probably an hour, less than an hour. The video is actually up online actually, and
Yeah, it
and
was about like 40 minutes.
yeah, and basically that was enough for me to basically go through and find one, and yeah, there we go. That one's got bars on it. Um, and basically, yeah, I just went through and just did the mission, and yeah, it was pretty easy to be honest. I kind of like I said, I really wish they would have made it a little harder. Um, but it is what it is, I
Yeah.
suppose.
So I mean, it wasn't really that hard for me. I mean, I just found mine. So.
Yeah, you just found yours laying on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The the things people would just throw away in these other days, man.
I know, right? And like the people that are swearing at you, stop thief. I'm sure they're probably talking about someone else.
I mean, they didn't use those exact words, but
I,
yeah, they
I,
were kind of speaking along those lines. So
yeah, I can imagine.
stop.
Yeah, I can imagine there was probably some four-letter words that were altered that that were mentioned, and they were probably giving you a few vocal commands about where you could possibly stick your ticket, but
And I mean, sure, one of my ships might have a few missing pieces off it, but it's it's all fine. Don't worry.
yeah, you're just getting into the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. So apart from obviously Ferretz's rampant crime spree, um, there you go. We're both in bars at the moment. Hang on. Let me. There we go. Yeah. There you go. You're in bars now.
Why? Come on.
Yeah. There we go. I locked up Ferretz. So apart from our rampant crime, well, your rampant crime spree and me shooting a whole bunch of bad guys, and besides the fact that it's really, really too easy for the gold tickets, I do wish that they had done something more akin to the platinum ticket, but maybe make it so that the bounty hunters and that the bounties don't go out on you. So like keep it as the gold as it is, where obviously you just find it and then just hand it in. But put a few more steps when it comes to the gold. Maybe you have to go and do a special mission that has it at a certain location and there's a chance that it pops up. Maybe maybe it's like a maybe like a quest line or something that you have to do. Considering that this event is supposed to go for 10 days, I was going to say like the amount of people that are going to have the F8 Lightning to at least once by the end of today alone is probably going to be astronomical.
So my idea of how to improve this event is actually fairly simple.
Right.
All right. So instead of having the gold tickets spawn in every single thing out there, have them only spawn in boss like NPCs.
Yeah.
And decrease the spawn rate of them, not drastically, but like enough to where you have to do multiple bunkers in order to find the lieutenant, and then have a 25% chance of it actually spawning. So
Yeah,
that way
exactly.
you have to actually work for it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my whole argument is that it seems really easy to go through and to get the F8 Lightning. At least for the gold ticket. Now the platinum tickets, I fully expect it's going to be a whole lot harder. It's going to be a whole lot more puckered assholes when they get a hold of it eventually. But at the end of the day,
Do you not know how the platinums work?
yeah, I do. Yeah,
Okay, well,
Yeah. Pocket asshole is like when you like sort of like clench your butt cheeks because like you're like trying to do something that's really really hard. Like for example, get a platinum ticket to one of 3 locations while being chased by the whole server.
uh, platinum tickets can only go to one location.
No, 3. ArtCorp, Astromata, Hurston, New Deal, and also the place at Orison.
Oh, I want to say Cousin Crows, but I could be wrong.
I don't think it's Cousin Crows. I think it's the place that's you know where you're sort of like there's that staircase that goes upstairs and there's that shop rental there on the right hand when you're going up the stairs. It's that I think it's that place. It's that ship shop there. But I've never gone through and actually never been there. As far as I know, they're the 3 places. I know Astromata and New Deal are definitely places. And I believe someone also said there was a place at Orison. But yeah, obviously, as for the gold tickets can be taken to any rental terminal. Like shit, I handed mine in over at the cargo decks. So like you don't even need to be a shop for a ship shop to hand it in for a rental. Like I handed mine in to like a cargo deck. People have been handing them in at refineries, cargo decks, anywhere where you can rent equipment. Although I will say I did not get the display on the screen that told me that the F8 Lightning was now available to rent for the next 24 hours and available to purchase in store.
I got
Maybe,
that.
yeah, so maybe I didn't get it because I went through the, the cargo kiosk and maybe it didn't trigger it or something. I'm not quite sure. But yeah. But apart from that, that's my only real complaint with this whole thing is the fact that it just basically is just it's really really easy to get the gold one. I would have liked it to be a little bit harder. Um, as for things that we like, I like the fact that it's a new gameplay mechanic. I like the fact that it's especially the platinum is a lot more challenging. I like the fact that they can also use it for future things in as well. Like obviously we were talking about before, is that you'll be able to go through and maybe use this for the Bengal carrier or even the retribution. That supposedly is going to be spawned in. So maybe make it so that instead of being an artifact, which is the ticket, the artifact is now the ship, for example. So they can go through and they can do that spawning stuff for stuff like that. That's obviously interesting as well. As for the F8 Lightning itself, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's sexy as fuck? Do you think it's a lemon? Have you
I
brought
think
it? Have you brought it yet, or are you still undecided? Or
I bought it, and it's as beautiful as the day that I first saw her.
hmm. Yeah, I've got mine in my cart ready to buy as well. I just got distracted today and didn't get a chance to go through and checking it out, but I will be. Um, as for the ship itself, this event does go for 10 days. It is obviously all the way up to SitCon. Look, I don't know how many people are going to be doing it in 7 days. I imagine a lot of people are probably going to be sick of this event within the first 3 just because of the fact that it is so easy. The trailer itself that is currently on the screen, it is fantastic. I thought they did a really, really good job when it came to this trailer. Sort of gives me ideas for the machinima too. What are your thoughts on the trailer? Did you like it? What are your thoughts initially?
I did like it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You were saying something about you thought it might have been for the Halloween masks originally.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I was proven very wrong.
Hmm. Um, as for all this, like I say, yeah, at the end of the day, I like it. I like the event. It came out of nowhere. It's funny
Oh yeah.
because Montoya was like literally on Twitter earlier, just like a few hours earlier, saying, great, you gave us a paint skin, but when do I get to fly the ship? And then, like, literally an hour or 2 hours after he said that, CIG was like, literally, like, hold my beer. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Even he was laughing about it, actually, to be honest. But like I say, yeah, the biggest problem I have is just it's just so damn easy to get. I would have liked it to be a little bit tougher. Like I said, you got yours within the first hour because of criminal activities. I got mine within the first hour just by completing one mission. We got friends that are in Discord that have got anywhere from 5 to 7, and they were able to get those pretty quick. So I presume, obviously, if you sit there with 10 tickets and cash it in once a day, then you'd be able to have an F8 Lightning for the whole time, 10 days for renting. I presume you can hand in multiple tickets of different days, I suppose. But apart from that, is there anything else we want to cover, or anything else we need to talk about when it comes to this? Oh, the price. 260 for War Bond, 300 for credits. The 260 does also come with lifetime insurance, and I believe the credits also comes with 6 months insurance. I presume it is. What are your thoughts on the price? 260, 300. You think it's a good price for a heavy fighter?
You know, and at first I would say no, but if you don't look at the prices of the other heavy beat fighters, I don't really think it's a bad price.
It's pretty comparable, yeah.
Hmm.
Um, as for the ship itself, have you had a chance? You said you haven't had a chance to take it into combat yet.
Not into actual combat, but
No.
I have flown it though.
Right. The we were watching someone earlier in the Discord chat who was obviously going through and who was trying to shoot a cutlass with it. Now he was just using the pips as the center, so 33% in all, obviously weapons, shields, and then obviously engines. He was having a bit of problems with it blowing up a cutlass. But then when he did move the pips all to weapons, it was a lot easier. But then obviously he's going to be sacrificing engines and shields for, obviously, if he's in combat. I presume obviously you'll be able to go through and switch the guns out for pure ballistics or pure energy blasts, depending on which you want to put on. But like you mentioned earlier, if we do a pure energy blast, then you might need to put a bigger power plant in it or whatever. It's like that. But also keep in mind too, guys, is that armor is not in the game as well. So that will obviously change things in the future. And obviously there's a whole bunch of balancing that needs to happen with the ships and weapons and stuff like that. She does have 8 guns on her. What did you say the weapons were before? Was it mostly size 2s, but the turrets were size 3s?
Uh, you won't believe what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I just found another ticket on the fucking floor.
Okay. Are there 2 people standing around saying, "All right, mate, here's the ticket. Now you can cash it in"? By any chance?
Now this time, no.
No, it's just sitting on the floor, is it?
Yeah,
No.
and there might be a guy standing near the terminal, but I don't know if it's actually his or not.
Well, how far away is it? How far
Like
away? Like,
5 feet, maybe. Like I wasn't really all that good with.
you just grabbed the ticket and ran again, didn't you?
I promise you, it was sitting right next to what is that? A scope and a medical gown.
Hmm.
It was just sitting there, and I'm like, huh.
That's what I say. I think at the end of the day, they're way too easy to get. As for the
Yeah,
price,
very easy.
apparently, especially if you go around stealing them from people.
It was on the ground. It's a legitimate style, which understood time, alright?
Right, okay. As for the price, 260, 300. As for the weapons, obviously, guys, when armor and stuff comes in, obviously that will change. I do think the cutlass is a bit of a beef tank at the best of times. But when they do some balancing, I presume that will all change, and I presume she will probably get a little bit of a buff when it comes to balancing and stuff like that. I think she's a little bit underpowered at the moment, considering she's supposed to take out like Vandal's scythes and stuff like that. Like she was literally designed to take out scythes and glaives. So yeah, she probably will need a bit of a buff. Apart from anything else, is there anything else we need to talk about when it comes to the F8 Lightning? Came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I would like to say that this event was so surprising that even data miners didn't see this one coming.
Well, the reason they didn't see it coming was because there was no PTU patch about it. They must
Well,
have.
yeah.
They must have seriously tested the F8 Lightning in house before they released it. Although, to be honest, we've had the F8 Lightning in game before.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, this isn't actually a new ship, but this has actually been in a game for the last
Couple
2
of years.
years.
Yeah, you were able to steal it too. There's a mission where there was an F8 Lightning, and CIG actually said, like, hey, we're sick of people stealing the AI ships, so we thought we'd just sell it.
And also, you could also like hijack it from Fleet Week too.
Yep. There were several cases where people like that did it. But obviously the ticket spawning thing, obviously that's nothing new as well. That's just a loot generator. So even though it is impressive and even though it is fun, I don't suppose there's anything really that they needed to test. I suppose, but yeah. So but at the end of the day, before we jump off, is there anything else we want to talk about, or is it regarding the F8 Lightning?
Yeah, a little tip on how to find tickets. All right.
Well,
if you hang out
on the ground is apparently a good thing.
If you hang out near the ship terminals, there's a very high chance that people could just be dropping them.
And also, chat, if you're in game and you're on the same server as Tactical Ferrets, maybe not dropping your ticket on the ground for your friend while he's nearby is probably advisable. Just in case you do want to lose it. But as for all seriousness, as for the tickets, they're really easy to get. Any FPS mission. So any bunker, like I got mine from like a crashed caterpillar mission. People have been able to find them everywhere where there's sort of like an FPS combat. I don't know if they show up in Rex and stuff like that. I was going to go and do a bit of salvaging maybe today or Monday. I was going to go and do some salvaging and see if they turn up in the salvage ships, but in the salvageable ships. But apart from that, anything else? Anything else before we jump off? And the platinum tickets. I haven't seen anybody from CIG kicking around on the servers. So, like I said, the event does go for 10 days. So I presume that they are obviously only going to have a very limited number of these ships they are giving away for free. It is going to be interesting when they do pop up, because it's going to be basically everybody just fighting each other trying to get the ticket.
Pretty much, yeah.
Also keep in mind, guys, if you do get a platinum ticket, you've got only 3 locations to take it to: ArcCorp, Astromata, Hurston, which is the New Deal shipyard, and then obviously Orison. You've got the ship dealer there at Orison as well. We're not sure if it's Crows or if it's the one that's near the stairs there. Someone in chat let us know in the comment section. Although if you do get a platinum ticket, also reportedly if you give it to me, you do get a free lead casing. So that might be worthwhile. Just, saying. Joking, obviously. I would never shoot anybody and steal their ticket. Sorry, what did you say, Ferrets? But guys, apart from that, obviously, is there anything else we want to talk about before we jump off, Ferrets?
No, I don't think so.
No, pretty much covered it all.
For the record, I found my second ticket legitimately. It was just sitting on the ground.
Yeah, I've got you in bars already.
Damn it!
Your little icon is sitting here. When you watch the video back, you'll see he's got like bars going around him. All right. Apart from that, guys, obviously the video has been helpful. Please smack that like button if you're new to the channel. Welcome and subscribe. Let us know in the comment section, what are your thoughts on the F8 Lightning? Are you loving it? Are you hating it? Are you trying to start a class action lawsuit against CIG for it because you're an idiot. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow. But yeah, apart from that, guys, let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, Ferretz's details in the comment section down below in the description. Please feel free to go and give his YouTube channel and his Twitch a little bit of love. Although he doesn't generally stream a lot. Maybe we can guilt him into streaming a little bit more. He does have today off, guys. So maybe if you're like constantly berate him on like Twitter, asking him to like, are you going to stream today? Alright, apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourself. We'll see you in the verse. You want to say bye?
Goodbye.
See you guys.